top 5 non-playoff teams that I would buy stock in for 2023. Number 5 on the list is a team that I'm going to chalk up to injuries, hangovers, and all of that stuff. I'd buy stock in the Los Angeles Rams right now. I'm hoping Sean McVay finds those batteries recharged. Obviously, this is a personal decision for him. Obviously, we don't know what's going on in his life outside of football that might grind his gears in the football world. But we're assuming Stafford's back, Kupp's back, Ramsey's back, Donald's back. That means the Rams can be back. And I trust on Les Snead using whatever picks he has in EFT to figure out how to protect Stafford. Let's hit that offensive line again. And let's make the Rams great again. And I think they can be. I'd buy stock in them for next year. Number 4 on this list is a team that was in the mix. I can't give up, man. They were in the mix until they weren't. And, man, how bad do you have to be to not score a touchdown in the final 3 games of a season when you've got Garrett Wilson at the very least? And, by the way, with 3 different quarterbacks starting those 3 games to boot, how bad do you have to be? Breece Hall, baby, wherever you are, rehab. Yeah. Elijah Vera Tucker's coming back. That defense, how good is Sauce, by the way? He's better than what I even dreamed he could be.
I know.
Quinnen Williams has got all-pro written all over him. I love the coach.
Who's the quarterback? I mean, that's it.
Let's figure out the quarterback. I think he's going to have to find a new offensive coordinator, even though Mike LaFleur is his guy. And maybe even, and by the way, I'm preparing myself for Zach being the week 1 starter. I'm prepared. Yes. I don't believe they really want to toss him aside. I know fan base has had enough of him. But maybe we get an offensive coordinator in a system that actually doesn't make him the square peg in that round hole, which is part of what happened, I think. But Breece Hall, let's go, baby. Let's get him back and make the difference. Number 3 on this list is a team that has got $1 billion of cap space. They've got the number 1 overall pick in the draft now. And I like the Chicago. I'd buy stock in the Bears right now. I really would. They've got everything that you need. Like I said, the number 1 overall pick, a quarterback who wears number 1, who looks absolutely terrific more often than not when he's actually protected. And this team has an incredible, as I mentioned, amount of cap space going into this year's free agency market. I mean, that's their world. Most cap space, number 1 overall pick. And they were 1-7 in one-score games going into Week 18. So I like the Bears. I'll buy stock in them. Number 2 on this list is a team that drafted a rookie quarterback, played the rookie quarterback, and has shown this guy's got it. And, man, does he have a connection with a wide receiver whose coach told me and the rest of the NFL Network crew calling his game, get your camera ready. And we had. And Najee Harris is terrific. And they've got playmakers on defense and a coach. Hey, look, Steeler fans, I know you've been retorting to me when I said that anybody who thinks that Mike Tomlin should finally be having his time up in Pittsburgh is dumb. I might have chosen a better word, but you're still dumb.
Dumb's good.
Honestly, and I know that I got a lot of pushback. Well, Rich, just look at how few playoff wins the man's had, and it's been forever since they won a championship. And Steelers, we're about winning playoff games and championships. Of course, everybody's about that. But sometimes circumstances require the coach to take you to a certain spot. And this year, the certain spot was to take a young team that need to learn how to win. I mean, Mike Tomlin told us in our meeting that sometimes the kids that you're trying to coach have to step in it to know that it stinks. And they went from 2-6 to 9-8. He still doesn't have a losing record in a season. And I like the Steelers next year.
I like Kenny Pickett next year.
Number 1 on this list, though, if I had to buy stock in any team that missed the playoffs this year, and I'm saying this with a straight face, and you all know I'm right, the Detroit Lions are number 1 on this list. I think Dan Campbell's getting better as a coach. I think he's getting better as a coach in terms of knowing his team this year better than he did the year before. And maneuvering the game and understanding when to call timeouts and things of that nature. There was one moment, however, on Sunday night, I wanted to see him pop off a timeout towards the end of the game, and he didn't. But, man, or at the end of the half as well, he's not perfect, but he's getting there. And I'll tell you what, this team knows what it is. And that offense is one of the best offenses in the NFL, I'll say it. And Aaron Glenn is coaching the defense up. They got playmakers. And they're getting better, and the front office knows how to funnel the right players to Dan Campbell, who knows how to coach them up. I'm saying that about the Detroit Lions. Well, I got to see how the Packers shake out and what the Bears do, even though I got stock in them, and what the Vikings look like. But the Lions have a shot to win this division next year, and I don't want a little high register, but that's a team at 9-8 that absolutely balled out in the second half of the season, and you need momentum into the non-playing season to get into the regular season. I'm buying stock in the Lions. That's the number one playoff team, non-playoff team I'm buying stock in 2023. And see. I miss anybody?
I don't think.
I mean, I could have put the Commanders on this list. I don't know.
Why would you?
I mean, yeah,
Definitely not even the AFC West or
you ain't
AFC
buying
South.
them.
You could put the Titans on the list, maybe. I don't know.
You're off the Raiders?
Browns.
I got to see more out of them. I got to see more out of them.
They got the talent at all the other positions. It's just
I don't know. I mean,
quarterback's going to next year.
I got to see more out of them. No surprise if they bounced their DC. I mean, Browns fans have been very upset about that side of the
Richard,
football.
one team I'm surprised it's not on there, because you've been on them all season.
The Raiders?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Hey, man, I'm
just messing.
when I say I got to but they still do have the same guys that cause me to believe in them, and we'll see what they do at quarterback. But all those blown leads, and I do not know who their quarterback is going to be, and I still got to see this coach win some football games first.
Nobody in the South.
Come on, man.
Falcons, Saints, Panthers.
Titans.
That you would buy stock in, saying yes. I think
Saints, maybe. I would be the.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Really? Who's their quarterback?
Oh, I mean, that's a question. They got everything else.
No, I know.
It doesn't look like Mike.
I know out of all these teams, I chose the Jets and who's their quarterback, but I think the Jets have the narrative I think was right. Championship defense, their window to win and play football games meaningfully in December arrived sooner than expected.
The Jets have more talent than a bunch of these other teams.
And then there's the Rams. Stafford, Kupp, Ramsey, and Donald come back with McVay. Who's saying the Rams don't have a shot to win their division next year?
And if the way Cam Akers ran the last month.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.